We live in different times, I can easily say, because at one point you literally got flamed on and roasted on and you needed to be evacuated to the nearest place of privacy if you have fakes on. And now today it's literally a debate if fake shoes are better than real shoes. And so my question for today is, will fakes ever become a mainstream thing? And when I mean mainstream, because I feel like it's already relevant. There are a handful of people who already wear fakes knowingly, and there's also other people who wear fakes unintentionally. Maybe they got scammed, or maybe they thought that this was such a good deal and they didn't know any better, right? When I mean mainstream, I'm meaning like, no, everybody that's wearing these fakes, they are very aware that they are fake and they're justifying it and they're wearing it regular, right? So that's what I mean by it becoming mainstream, because there is a handful of people who genuinely think that wearing fakes is ultimately just the better option. Now, there are always going to be other people outside of your respective community that are gonna quote unquote justify fakes because they don't understand the value. Now, for someone like me, this is my realm. So I really do like sneakers. So I can never justify buying a fake sneaker and wearing it and trying to portray it as something real, or just portraying it as fake and just wearing it. However, if you put me in a different than somebody else's community and I'm trying to think of something that just doesn't really have too much of my interest that's really valuable, you know what I mean? And I can't really think of anything off the top of my head. Because the things I was thinking, like maybe cars, because I'm not too interested in cars, but there's not like fake Hellcats or things like that. But you guys get the point. Whatever something is of somebody else, for example, there are people that trade Pokemon cards, and those are some real expensive cards. I don't know how it is with cards, but if someone gave me a fake card instead of a real card, I really wouldn't care. So there's always going to be people like that outside of your community who are going to justify fakes, because to a non-sneakerhead, the thought of just $1,000, $2,000 shoe is crazy. Even to me, I'm a sneakerhead. I understand it, but it's still crazy. Would I ever do it? Probably not. My most is I spent like $700, $800 on one, and not the proudest of that one because I don't even have that shoe at this point. But man, I think there's a high potential that fakes become mainstream, because now it's becoming the point where people inside of the community are saying, well, there's no point in having to spend $500, $600, $1,000 on shoes when there's a cheap alternative. I like the shoe. I couldn't get it for retail. It's way cheaper this way. Let me just go ahead and buy it. That is legitimately a group of people inside the community. Now, I'm not saying that these people fully respect or understand the community. However, they are in it, and there is a lot of people that have joined it since and post-COVID and post-TikTok. Because I do think that those two things influenced a lot of people to join this culture per se. And also, I do think that TikTok is a very huge factor in if sneakers become mainstream or not, because there are so many, first off, TikTok is just curated to so many young children, so many young and impressionable children. So if they see anything on TikTok, they're going to be more than likely to buy it compared to going to a store or something, because their favorite influencer isn't trying to sell them the shoe. It's just a random guy at Foot Locker. And so on TikTok, you would see a lot of products, quote unquote, that are being sold throughout the TikTok shop. And a lot of these items, not even just shoes specifically, a lot of these items are either knockoffs of like real things or just like third-party things that you can buy. For example, there's a lot of fake spider hoodies. So there's be a lot of spider hoodies coming from a third party that's not selling them legitimately, or there'll be a lot of like whatever the most trending clothing, Hellstar at the time, denim tier, etc. There'll be a lot of these for very cheap. So you can only imagine when it comes to buying shoes. And so if they see the same shoe that's going for $2,000 on StockX, that they can find on TikTok for $20, why would you ever pay the $2,000? Especially if TikTok is the only thing that you really know, which a lot of this younger generation, that's all they know, but that's more impressionable to them. So because that's just what they gravitate to. TikTok does an amazing job. Even how they design their For You page is literally only keep you on things that you are interested in. So for a lot of these people that are just influencing and just basically whatever they say goes, for a lot of these people, not even just kids, there's a lot of very easy, impressionable people on the internet. And with you having a lot of people being able to grow a following so fast, and you have a lot of people on the internet telling you to do this and buy this and showing you a certain lifestyle, and a lot of it isn't even real, right? A lot of these things that they're selling, a lot of these products they're selling is just to get the money, knowing for a fact that this person isn't wearing what they just sold from that link in their bio. Those are fake, but they have money to buy real shoes. They're actually using the money that they get from you from buying these fake shoes to go ahead and buy the real shoes. But a lot of people don't really even do that much thinking on their own to even realize that. So I do think that that fakes could be a potential mainstream thing, especially with another factor being with the economy. If it doesn't change time soon, or we could stay in this state, and with these brands continuing to increase their retail every year and not even adding anything else, quality, like better product in general wise, I do think that there's a potential where everybody will start leaning towards that route, because it comes to a point where it's like, well, if these brands don't really care and they're just trying to get the most money out of it, then I don't really care. And I don't even remember the last time I bought a shoe, because every shoe is $250 now at retail. And so it's just like, now that you're losing interest, it's like, well, I don't even care. I did see some shoes on TikTok for $20. Yeah, let me go ahead and buy them. I don't really even care about shoes anymore. And it's just going to be just like a domino effect downhill that I just think can get really, really ugly for the sneaker game. Because the thing is, once it gets to that point, once it gets mainstream, I don't think that it'll ever be a point where it could get away from it. Because why in your right mind would you ever go from $20 back to $2,000? Or even just $200 at getting it for retail? So I think that is a potential huge problem, and you guys can let me know how you guys feel about fakes in general. Is it? I will always stand that it's not okay to wear fakes, and there's just so many reasons into that. But I come from the community. Now I can understand someone who's not in the community, doesn't understand X, Y, and Z, that they can try and justify fakes. But if you actually like sneakers, or if you even want to be immersed in this culture, I feel like you should just understand the concept of just fakes are just a no-go. But yeah, a lot of people are justifying it now, and it's becoming more relevant in today's age compared to before, when it was just an automatic, boy, what are those, bro? Take them off, like you getting grilled on immediate contact. So it's different days. So I want you guys to let me know how y'all feel about fakes being more relevant in today's age. So with that being said, I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.